Okay, Bama Davey here. I'm down in South Carolina today with Adams Artifacts, hunting outside of Charleston somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where. My second hole of the day was a South Carolina button, and Robert, our guide, has put us on a good spot. This is an old plantation site that saw Confederate troops camped in this area and on garrison and picket duty, guarding against Union incursions from the coast, which is not far from us. And we got some other guys out here hunting from I think North and South Dakota. But here's my second good find. It's kind of interesting, and this is a keyhole. If you can see that right there. Let me get the dirt out of it. Yeah. That's a keyhole from lock. There, now you can kind of see it. But anyway, that's a neat little find, and so we'll take that and we'll keep going. Come back to you. No, I'm staying.
So what do you got there? What do you think?
I got a wow, this is exciting. My second signal. I'm down here in South Carolina, and I thought, God, I'd love to find anything, but a South Carolina button would be cool. And this is the first time I'm touching it, and I have got a South Carolina cuff.
What the heck?
I mean,
nice. What was it, 5 minutes from the...
Yeah, literally I've been here 5 minutes. This is amazing. Robert, you're famous on YouTube already.
No,
now,
I'm an idiot.
Tell me about that button.
That's a medium size, and God, it is loaded with gold. I mean,
wow,
100%. And that's the kind we find in here, these medium size.
Wow, that is amazing. I mean,
there's the back.
I would have never. I was thinking, yeah, I'll maybe find. I mean, literally 5 minutes.
How deep was it?
Oh, 3 inches, 3-4 inches. Holy crap, man!
And you know,
this is exciting.
This is why we do what we do. We don't get paid enough for this.
Hey, what relic hunt am I on, Robert?
Adams Relic Hunting Adventures. That's 843-276-3. No, 2768.
Get it right. It's on YouTube.
Hey.
Try it again.
843-276-8338. Adams Relic Hunting Adventures. We aim to South Carolina. I mean, please. Congratulations.
This is awesome. Thank you. Wow. Thanks. Man. Here's a little indicator of activity. There's oyster shells. This field's obviously been, you know, they've taken timber off of here and it's all mixed and matched. Stuff's kind of scattered out because of the bulldozing, but things like this are indicative of people being here. When you see these oyster shells up in the field, I haven't seen any ceramics or glass, but there's definitely a little patch of iron here, and I'm seeing some oyster shells, so we know there's some people here. So we're going to stick around here and see what else we can find. Come back to you. Okay, Bama Davey back here a few minutes later after I found that keyhole, and I've got a little button here, a cuff. Unfortunately, it's really ate up. Looks like maybe in a fire or something, but the face is just totally caved in on it. So it's probably I hope it's just a general service eagle. And I don't know if you can see, these little jokers are already biting me. The no sims are getting me, so I'm gonna have to go put some spray on. There's a whole bunch of them on my arm right here. You can probably see them, little jokers. So I'm gonna put some more spray on and get back to it. Okay, so my next find is this little tiny cuff button. It took me about 3 or 4 minutes to find it. It's so small. Listen, got a stand-up shank on it. Nice little button. Just over here. Well, there's the truck right there. So we're right here by the truck, finding a few things. So we will take that and come back to you. Okay, so I got something here. It's been a little while. I came into a different part of the field, but I got something in this clod right here. You can. So it's in this clod. So let's break it open and see what we got. And looks like junk. Yep. That's the third piece of aluminum junk I found in this field so far. Oh well, take that and get it out. Okay, so my next find is this little round ball back in this little Colonial section of this field. It's like about a 44 caliber. I just found a little furniture tack too, so There's a few things back here and lots of dig holes, so I'm going to stick in this little area. Come back to you. Okay, so it's been a while. I got up in here in the iron, a bunch of dig holes, and I just got this token. I think it's some sort of plantation token. This says 50 cents and over one. On that side, it's got a hole in it, really intricate. I don't think there's anything on the back, but that's really nice. It's a nice find. I'm going to go talk to Robert, see what this is. I guess it's some sort of plantation token, so I'll come back to you. Okay, so my next signal is this big old nice dropped 69 round ball. Really nice shape, really nice patina. Those are fun to find. So there's stuff out here. We just got to get over it. So kind of going in a opposite direction everybody else and see what's up in this end. So maybe I'll stick around here for a while. Come back to you. Okay, so this is somebody's old dig hole that I got a signal in, and I dug it out, and you can see right there I've got a little flat button. Don't know if it's military. It does have design on it. It looks like it's got a little flower pattern on it. That's nice, and the back shank's there. Nice little button. Tiny. I thought I had a Trime for a second, it's so small, but it's a little flat button, so that's a good find, and that's why you got to check these old dig holes. You never know what you're going to find. So having fun out here in South. Okay, Bama Dave, I'm back down here in South Carolina hunting. This is my first good target of the day. See if you can hear this. It's coming at 55, a good depth signal, about 3 inches. So let me set you up. Try the live dig and hope it's not a shotgun shell. Believe how shallow this stuff is. Well, it's out. And there. Another, wouldn't you know, a sharp carbine. If I didn't have enough of those on this trip already, but there we go. Nice patina, we'll take it, keep going. Okay, a few minutes later, I didn't find anything else, but I got another little area here. Maybe I'm going to check out. I see a few dig holes in here and a little bit of iron, but my next find is a nice little parasol slide. So those are always interesting. Must be getting close to the old house site. So we'll take that and keep going. Alright, well, my next find is this fired 3-ringer. So take that and keep going. Okay, so my next target, I was digging the hole and got the neck of a ginger beer, which is cool. And I got a, well, was a silver wash dandy button, so doesn't look like it's got anything on it, but we'll take that and keep going. Good little area, right? Okay, it's been a little while, but I found a little iron patch and I just got a lead poker chip. So it might have a little something carved in it, I can't tell, but anyway, that's a cool find. Take that, keep going. Okay, I finally got back off my trip to South Carolina and Virginia. Thought I'd do a little wrap up with you here. Now that I've kind of get everything organized and unpacked. Did two trips down to South Carolina. On my first trip, I got a really good find, and that was this South Carolina button. You can see it's just loaded with gold there. Hopefully it's in focus. This is a 18.3 millimeter button. On the back, it's got its back mark is extra rich, I think, with 2 stars. Anyway, this particular button is associated with was made in the 1840s, 50s, and it's associated with the Citadel, with state troops and Citadel Cadets. So that's a nice, nice Civil War period find. I'm very excited about that, as you can tell from the video I posted. Also had some other neat finds. It's a mixture of Colonial and Civil War and up to about 1900. So as far as buttons, I got a really nice little flower button, and I got this out of a dig hole. Somebody else, decided they were, obviously guys are cherry picking, didn't want to, probably thought it was a 22 or something. Got this nice little flower button. And I got a nice little cuff button, little cuff flat button. No design on it, but it's a nice little find. And there's lots of smalls people are picking over just looking for big targets and miss some things. Although I did find this in a picker's token, which dates probably after the Civil War up to about World War I, because they stopped using bronze and brass alloys during World War I, so they could make ammunition, and started using lesser materials for picker's tokens. But this was a nice find, unique thing for me. Also got some other small items, part of a corset clasp. There's somebody else found one of those. A slide for a parasol, probably a boot grommet. Also this inset for a lock and a key, probably for a Colonial highboy or something like that. Nice find. Got a few bullets. Got a 69 smooth bore musket ball, and about a 40 caliber round ball. Got a drop sharps with, has a really nice rich brown patina on it, and a fired 3-ringer. A couple other buttons. This is, I'm hoping you can see, it's just collapsed. As soon as I got it out of the dirt, it was already in the pretty much condition, except there was dirt in the back of it. Now I'm hoping this was just a plain old eagle button. And then I also got the back to another button, and this says superior quality, and I'm hoping that this was, I'm kind of thinking this might have been another South Carolina button. There was one found at this site the week before, but this one, all I got was the back, so I'm kind of thinking that was maybe another South Carolina button. Got a lead poker chip, which is nice. It's a nice find. And as far as Colonial items, besides probably this round, these items right here are probably, all Colonial. These 5 items right here, 5 or 6 items are probably Colonial right here. Kind of help you date a site. So I got a dandy button. It's called a dandy button. This is kind of a transitional size. I think it's like 28 millimeters or so. You can see it used to have some silver wash on it, or gold wash. Nice find, and that's probably the latter half of the 18th century. I also found a nice piece of pipe stem, Colonial pipe stem. This was just sticking out of the one of the berms where they'd replanted pine trees. And one thing you can do is you can date these by how big the borehole is in the pipe stem. So if you measure that, the archaeologists have found that you can pretty accurately date the site. And this one measures about 4/64, which dates it between like 1750 and 1800, which kind of goes along with this button. That's the same time period. And I also found this nice little thing. It's a mother of pearl inlaid cuff link, or half of one anyway. You can see the back, the stud is gone off the back where it would have linked to another one. But I first thought this was just a piece of modern junk jewelry. Then I cleaned it off and looked at it, and that's actually mother of pearl inlay. It's a nice little find. So those finds right there kind of date this site, the latter half of the 18th century, which is pretty neat. And some other things that I found that were not metal detector related but came up when I was digging was this neck to a ginger beer. Wish the whole thing would have been there. That would have been really cool. Obviously the plow got it at some point. And then this little medicine bottle, maybe it's for opium or something like that. It's got a crack in it, but it's still intact, so that'll display nicely. But overall, it was a really good hunt. Had fun going someplace different. And as far as convenience, I really enjoyed going out with Adam's Relic Hunting Adventures, just because you can just show up and go. And if you want to stay 3 hours, that's great. If you want to stay 6 hours, that's great. Do what you want to do. And they'll put you on the site with some stuff. So I really had a good time, and hope you enjoyed the video.